Lock the gate!
Are we doing this? Really? Wait for it. Are we doing this? Wait for it. How?
What the fuck?
WTF.
And it's also, what the fuck?
What's wrong with me? It's time for WTF.
What the fuck?
With Marc Maron.
All right, live What the Fuck in Comics, New York. Let's do this, what the fuckers, what the fuck buddies, what the fucking ears, what the fuck nicks. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you could all make it. We got an amazing fucking show this show. How do you feel about it? Backstage, I've got Dave Attell. I got Bobby Kelly. I got Anthony Jeselnik, Joe Derosa, Kurt Metzger. I got new T-shirts. All right, all you fucking assholes, don't make fun of my cats. Here's the new shirt. All right, this is it's yours. Happy birthday. I don't, because I know there's some fucking dog guys in here, and I don't want to hear any shit. That's my cats. JustCoffee.coop is my sponsor. Who wants one? Pow, go shit your pants. Oh my God, this is going to be a fucking wild show. I've decided that I'm done pretending like I'm not an angry, filthy fuck. I'm just done with it. I'm in a new relationship, which means I'm an angry, filthy fuck. I'm going out with a girl that I fight with constantly. And I call that love. Isn't that nice? But it's one of those things where, like, I'm going out with this girl, she's younger than me, you know that. Fine. But literally, I had thought for some miracle, some of you know about my past, some of you know that I've destroyed 2 marriages because sometimes I'm a little intense, and I talk at a higher decibel level, and the women I date seem to have, like, I don't have an anger problem. I believe they have tonal issues. But I'm starting to think that maybe I do have a problem, and I thought it would go away. I don't know what it is about, like, I was always sort of an asshole when it came to tolerating women in my life. And I really, after the divorce, I just dated a bunch of women I didn't really care about, and I just spitefully had sex with them thinking it would hurt my ex-wife. Now, and I'm not going to talk about this too long. I'm just trying to be honest. Now, for some reason, I thought the anger would just go away as I got older. But as soon as I started dating this girl, it all came back. And now I'm the guy, this happened, all right? And I'm not proud of this, but I was on the subway reading this. I'm on the subway reading Letting Go of Anger. Publicly reading Letting Go of Anger. And there were moments where I'd see dudes like judging me. I'd be like, fuck off. And then I wanted to say, like, I'm just started it, so I have no idea. I imagine there's a way to resolve whatever just happened between us in that second, but I'm just starting the book. And apparently, I'm like, it's so fucking horrendous. They break it down into like 11 types of anger. And the saddest thing about this is a fan sent me this book out of concern. A nice gesture. He sent me this book, and he wrote, this book helped me a lot, and then he just writes, I'm shame-based anger. So then I'm like, well, nice to meet you, shame-based anger. What anger am I? And then I'm going through the different angers, and then it says, what do you do when you get angry? And there's a checklist that's supposed to break it down so you can figure out what kind of anger you are. I checked yes on every box. Do I get some sort of prize? Should I write the authors and proudly say, I am all 11? Let's see if your fucking book works, douchebag. And I'd write that laugh at the end. Okay, here are the different types. Anger avoidance. That's not me. Apparently there are people that when they get angry, they just go like that. And I believe that's what causes cancer. It's not toxins. It's not chemicals. Here's how you get cancer is every time you go, God damn it, tumors just sprout in your chest with your parents' faces on them. But, okay, here are the different angers. Anger avoidance. Not really me, though I did check yes on all those boxes. Sneaky anger. I got to read about that one. Because what is sneaky anger? When you're mad at somebody as they're walking by and then you go, fucking asshole. Anger turned inward. This I know about. This I know about. Because can we explore something for a minute? If I can be open with you, I'm trying to work it out with this girl, and I realized something. This is who I am emotionally, and I want to share, because I know there are some angry dudes out here that think I'm being a pussy by sharing this, but I'm going to go ahead and share it. Here's what happens. If a woman gets too close to me and I actually open my heart, usually my heart opens, and out of my heart comes this fist with just flipping her off, like, fuck you, like this. And then if she looks at that and goes, that's not going to work, then I just start gently going, poof, poof, hitting her with my heart, right? And then she starts crying and goes away, and then my fist goes back into my heart and starts hitting me from the inside until a woman sees that and goes, look at that sad fuck hitting himself. I can help him. And then the whole cycle starts again. So that's anger turned inward, my style of anger turned inward. Then there's shame-based anger, which I don't understand at all. I guess it's sort of like, I'm an asshole, I'm a douchebag, everyone's going to pay. Deliberate anger, one of my hobbies. Habitual hostility. Habitual hostility. That's my whole act. See, now this is my concern about solving my anger. How funny would I be if people were like, what's up, Mark? And I'm like, everything's good. Everything's great. Letting go of anger. Shit. Couple of emails. My girlfriend and I just got YMCA memberships. This is from Chris. Trying to get in shape. I'm realizing that at 32 years old, this beer belly probably isn't going to disappear on its own. Fine. Anyhow, I've never seen as many naked cocks in one place as in the fucking YMCA locker room. Naked dudes everywhere. Am I approved for wearing a towel after I get out of the shower? It seems like all these guys are drip drying. Should I just let it swing like everyone else? Can everyone tell that I'm checking out their dongs to see how I measure up? I seem to hang in there, ha. All right. And isn't being barefoot in the locker room a great way to get athlete's foot? I kind of feel like a pussy for being the only guy to wear flip-flops. But I'd rather be slightly pussyish than have my feet fall off. I don't know. My high school didn't have a shower or gym class culture, and I never really played sports, so I'm new to the whole naked with boys thing. Am I a priss, or is everyone gross? What the fuck? This guy should be in prison. After a certain point, you're just going to have to accept your dick is your dick and get on with it. And the greatest thing about being at a Y, or being, especially at a YMCA and not like a fashion gym, it's like, literally at the YMCA, you see 90-year-old men dragging their fucking balls around in the locker room. And they made it to 90, so on some level, you've got to look at a naked 90-year-old and think, if I'm lucky, that's what's going to happen. If I make it that far, that's the best thing that can happen, is I'm wrestling my testicles into a jockstrap. That's the big payoff. Here's one for Bobby. Oh, here you go. Yesterday, this is from Tony. My fiance told me that 8 years ago when she was in college, she and her then boyfriend were fooling around and he recorded it on his webcam. She was upset while telling me and at least appeared worried that I would be angry. I wasn't, but not for the reasons you might think. I would estimate I've seen about 75 to 80% of the garden variety amateur porn out there. I'm pretty sure that whatever video exists of the woman I'm going to marry performing a sex act has not been widely distributed on the web. I would have seen it by now. And then he says, I almost told her this. But as I have gotten older, I've become much better at filtering what I'm about to say. So I guess the fact is, I'm not upset about the sex tape, but I would be if it were a heavy hitter on a site like amateurboobtube.com. What the fuck? And the only reason I'm mad at Tony is that I didn't know about amateurboobtube.com, and now I've got something to add to my sad hobby. Which is what I like to see it as. It's just a hobby. It's not a sexual thing. It's something I do when I should be writing something. Mark, this is from Oliver. Just wanted to say that I thought the two-part interview with Carlos Mencia was fantastic. Great job. I'm not a huge comedy fanatic, but I love interview shows. You are the love child of Terry Gross and Howard Stern, right? I guess so. Let's start the show, folks. Thank you for the flowers. I forgot who gave them to me. This is the right crew of guys to have flowers out. My first guest has a CD about to be released, I think maybe tomorrow. He'll tell us the name of that. He's also going to be appearing on episode or two of Bored to Death this season. Please welcome Joe Derosa to the stage. Joe Derosa.
Hi, how are you, man?
I'm good, man.
Thanks for having me. That was hilarious.
Oh, thank you. I'm very happy you're here. I think you're a very intense, funny, difficult man.
Thank you. You are absolutely right. You just described my eHarmony profile.
The first time I met you, you were one of the few people where I actually thought, like, holy fuck, that guy's much more intense than me. I feel relieved.
That's true. The first time I met you, I remember I was sitting on the train with Mark, and we were talking, and I told him some story about freaking out at somebody, and I was like, I was accusing this person of just doing, when you do something to somebody to prove a point where you go, hey man, like I see what you're doing right now, and like just, that's not the way I roll. Be respectful, okay? And then a week later, they regurgitate that same argument back to you. You're like, fuck you, that's my line. You're just doing that to be an asshole right now. I was telling them this story, and somebody did that to me, and I flipped out on this girl, and she cried.
Hold on, what kind of anger are you? Let's see, I got the book.
I think it's paranoid anger.
You got mad at somebody for being an asshole in the same way you were an asshole?
Exactly. I'm like, that's my asshole. You can't steal my type of asshole from me just to try to be an asshole to combat my asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how did I help you?
You didn't. You just went, you got to fucking chill out, man. And I was like, did Mark just tell me? I'm fucked. I'm way over the edge here.
What's the album called?
The Depression Auction. Because that's what comedy is. It's airing the depression, auctioning it off to the audience, and hoping they take it home with them, and somehow you get rid of it.
I hope you wrote that on the back sleeve.
I didn't. I know, that was douchey. I'm sorry.
No. I've released 3 records. One called Not Sold Out, Tickets Still Available, and Final Engagement. And my manager always used to say, why are people going to buy those fucking records? Depression Auction. You see that in the record bin, you're like, oh, this is going to be funny.
I wanted to call it It's Fuck Time at the Shit Party, Dickhead. That's what I wanted to call it.
What happened to that?
You know Jake Johansson, right?
Yeah.
I told Jake Johansson that title. We were laughing. We came up together and we were laughing so hard. And I was like, dude, I'm going to call my album that. And he goes, don't call your album that, man. There will be people in their 50s that want to be your fan. Right. And want to buy this.
And Depression Auction is much more appealing to them.
Yes. Well, yeah, better than Shit Party. That's...
Do the whole thing again?
It's fuck time at the shit party, dickhead. Wouldn't you have to say that before you murdered somebody? Like if you're ever going to get revenge on somebody. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Hey, shh. It's fuck time at the shit party, dickhead.
I would be laughing all the way to the cash register if that was what the album was called.
Next one. Sophomore effort. Oh, God.
Wait, no, explain to me the poetry of Depression Auction, though. I mean, does it represent something? How does that work in your mind?
There's a bit on the album called The Depression Auction where I ask the audience, like, hey, I get depressed, anybody else? And believe it or not, people don't jump to applaud when you ask them that question. So then I go, come on, everybody, let's have a depression auction. And, anybody besides me eat double meat cheesesteaks to compensate for the fact that they're adopted. Anybody. Anyone at all. Anyone else hump their comforter while they cry into their pillow. Anyone at all. Anyone play PSP on the toilet for so long your feet and hands go numb. Anyone. Anyone use the word nemesis instead of God. Anybody else.
Oh, that's smart. Nemesis.
Yeah, so I think it sums it all up.
Yeah. You know? Screaming at this guy, I defy you to love me.
Have you ever done that? I'm an atheist, but when I believed in
committed,
God...
Committed? Like, are you like a guy that's sort of like fanatical about atheism? Like, if people believe, you're like, you're a fucking moron.
No, because, the best quote I've ever heard, or stance I've ever heard on atheism is, look, you can't have any more proof about atheism than you can about anything else. So you can't go at people about it. You know what I mean? Because then you're like a Bible thumper. You just have to say, this is what I think, and that's it, you know? So that's how I am. But when I did believe in God, there were many times where I literally pointed to my ceiling and yelled the word cocksucker, pointing up at him. It's like, I'm fucked up, dude. I got to buy this book. I don't know.
I just love that because I don't talk to God at home, but I'll say things, you know, in general.
Like what?
I'll just say, you're a fucking idiot. But I'm not talking to God. I'm talking to me after I've just gone through a second pint of ice cream.
Yeah. I was hanging out with Bill Burr yesterday at my apartment, and we were watching a YouTube clip of a woman trying to, some fitness show, trying to shoot watermelons out of a slingshot.
That's great.
So some of you guys have seen it. So we're watching it, and Burr's like, Derosa, you got to see this. This chick's going to take a watermelon right in the face. It's hilarious. So she pulls the slingshot back. It backfires. Watermelon hits this chick directly in the face, explodes. And yeah, you're like, dude, is she dead right now? Oh, my God. But of course, the person running the fitness show is some hot model that's never had to do a stitch of work in her fucking life, ever. Yeah. And she walks over and she's like, are you okay? And the girl goes, I can't feel my face. And the host model lady goes, well, get back up and shoot the rest of those watermelons. There's no quitting or you're disqualified. And Billy's laughing, and I got so mad, I literally leaned down to the screen of the computer and I go, fuck you, you're a fucking cunt. Like that. Like, and then he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, it just makes like shit like that.
But like, it's hard to decide who the cunt is or who the moron is. Did she get up and continue the fucking game, or did she realize in that moment, like, I'm slinging watermelons for attention?
The clip cut off there.
Oh,
that nobody was interested after exploding watermelons.
All right, so I'm dating, and the anger comes out more when I'm dating. Now, what is your experience with women with being as intense and selfish and angry and depressed as you are?
It's actually funny that you asked that because I just recently had dinner with a girl that dumped me because she saw me have a meltdown at Shoemania. Place sucks. Any place with signs that says 70% off, it sucks. It's not going to be good. There's no way.
What was it based on?
Okay, so I go into Shoemania.
This is going to be important, I know.
Yeah, I go into Shoemania, 70% off. Can't wait to get some shoes. For those of you that never been to Shoemania, this is how it works. You walk in, it's chaos. There's no air conditioning. You're sweating to death. You say to a guy, after a half hour trying to flag down a salesman, you finally go, can I have these Converse in gray, please? And then it's like waiting for a kidney, basically. You sit there.
Filling out paperwork.
Yeah. And 2 hours later, when you're ready to punch a mannequin or some shit, the guy comes back with the shoes and he goes, you wanted them in blue, right? And you're like, right?
Yeah.
So I'm angry. It's such an arduous process. Like, by the time you get to the register, I'm like, I don't even know if I want these shoes anymore. I don't even know if I like these things. So I'm going to buy them, and the lady behind the counter sucks, and she's being an asshole. And I'm all angry, and I just go, look, if I don't like these, I won't wear them. What's the policy on refunds? And as she's swiping the card through the machine, she goes, no refunds, sorry.
Shit.
And I go, yeah? You fucking tell me where it says that! And she goes, it says it right there. And there's a sign right next to my head, of course. But no refunds is written this big. You know what I mean? So I'm furious.
Yeah.
And I walk out of the store with the girl, and I'm expecting support, of course. Because when you're angry, it's like you're like Hitler. You're like, everybody gets it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she looks at me and she goes, what was that? And I go, what was that? I'll fucking tell you what that was. They write no and I'm doing it all again, thinking she's on my side. And then she just goes, I can't do this.
Oh, I'll get you a copy of this book. Joe Derosa, ladies and gentlemen. Move down. Yeah. Awesome. No, you can sit right here, Joe. Yeah, or maybe, no, I don't want you all the way down there. Yeah, sit right here. Yeah, fucking Joe is awesome.
Thanks.
New album's out. Depression Auction.
Yeah, it's out now.
This next guy's got an album coming out tomorrow, I think, as well. He was a writer for the Jimmy Fallon show. I don't know if he still is writing. Is he still writing on that show?
No, I don't think so.
He's a darkly funny man. He does a type of humor that is very hard to pull off, but he's so fucking charming and good at it. Please welcome Anthony Jeselnik, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, buddy. Fucking guy's too attractive to be a comedian. Do you get that a lot?
I get it a lot, yeah. I'm way too attractive to be hanging out with you guys.
I just remember, and I hope I'm not talking out of school here. I probably am, though. I'm going to, if you guys are interested, I'm supposed to interview Louis tomorrow. So I don't know when that's going to be on, but I'm supposed to interview Louis tomorrow. And I remember when Jay Moore started coming up, like, back in the day, he was like 17. He was like full of energy. He was really cute. He had all his hair. And he was just a fucking star of the New York comedy scene. And Louis was like, it wasn't for them. It wasn't for attractive people. It was for us. All right, it was for fat, ugly fucking people. And now these attractive people are coming in doing comedy. What the fuck is that? I just want to do Letterman before I'm fat and bald. And then he was like, "Oh fuck." but you're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay Moore didn't ruin it for me. I'm still holding my own. It's been good.
What do you, now, look, now, I don't know if people know your album's called what? Shakespeare?
Shakespeare, yeah.
But like Jeselnik, and now he's sitting right here, and I'm going to talk about him. It's good. It's good because your jokes are so fucking dark and they're so morally dubious that in order for an audience to take them in and laugh at them, it takes some real fucking skill. And somehow or another, you've managed to do that. And I have to assume that there were points in your career where people are like, no.
Oh yeah. Still to this day. I mean, I bomb 30% of the time, at best.
That is awesome.
And I've been doing this, long enough to do a fucking album. And I mean, just because Joe did one doesn't mean it's easy to do an album. It's still...
But what happens? Do people because you do jokes that people, I could see people are like, no. Like, I've done jokes where people are like, no. And that's all they say, no.
Oh, totally. Totally. I mean, I've got jokes about, babies dying, suicide, abortion, all the big ones.
Is that one joke?
I'll retire once I write that joke. I mean, that's like, don't think that's not a fucking goal. But yeah, if someone has had that happen to them,
all of those things,
no way.
Right.
There's no way they're gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, but you try, which is good.
Well, it hasn't happened to me, so what do I give a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, it's not...
That's the spirit.
I feel sorry for that person, but then I'm also like, I've got another set to do.
Like, what is, like, in your mind, what is the most... see, you like doing that, though. You obviously like making audience go, oh, no,
Well, because you're just saying it. It's just words.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I made up someone who killed themselves. They didn't really kill themselves. No one should ever be upset. Your friend or your dad or your family member, they're still dead. Regardless of what I say or make a joke about. There's no... I feel no responsibility to you as a person. I'm a comedian saying what I think is funny. I don't think fucking Bruce Willis was like, oh, I'm making Die Hard right now, but people have really been killed in terrorist attacks. Should I take this on my shoulders? No, you make the fucking movie and you're a star, and that's, what I've done.
That's your plan?
That's what I've done.
Bruce Willis does have that baby suicide movie coming out. That's gonna be different.
And it's a comedy, which is weird.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
The posters are hilarious. Just Willis with that smirk, surrounded by dead babies. Have you seen him? It's hilarious.
And the sub, what's it called? The tag on the poster is "It's fuck time at the shit party."
So what?
I think they already made that movie. It was called North.
So, what is the one joke that you know? Like, because I can see it on your face. You just know when you're winding up to pitch one out that it's going to be the one that's going to be the most fucking difficult for them to digest.
Oh, totally. And but like I'm flawed enough as a comedian that I always think this one's going to get them. Like I think like this is going to bring it all back, and I have.
Okay, all right. So, what's your saver? Like the one that's like, if all else fails, this is it.
I remember first going on the road and thinking like I would be bombing, like dying, like dead silent, joke to joke. It's all like 20-second jokes. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I've got this one about a baby drowning in a bathtub that has been setting the Los Angeles open mic scene on fire. And when they hear this, they're going to realize how dumb they've been this whole show not to laugh at me. And I would get to that one, and I would be excited.
What was the joke?
It was, you don't know anything about pain until you've seen your own baby drowned in a tub. And you definitely don't know anything about how to wash a baby. and that is not a life preserver for my set. You know, that's like a lead balloon.
You do a joke about suicide, and I actually got attacked on stage doing a suicide joke, and I think I've told this audience about that. Yeah, like that was crazy because I never get attacked on stage, but I brought up suicide, and some guy was like, "Don't talk about suicide," and literally ended up attacking me. Yeah. Now, have you ever had that experience?
No one's ever like yelled at. I have people come up to me afterwards and be like, "You should not talk about that.
Right.
You should not say anything."
Yeah.
And I'm always so annoyed that they would feel like they can come up to me and say that. Like, I feel like a comedian is no different from like a director or an author. It's like if I write a book where a character kills themselves, no one gets upset about that, and it's like we need to talk about what you made this character go through. It's like I just wrote that joke because the words match up, because it's funny. It's not like, you know, I'm like, it makes me insane that someone could feel like they could come up and try to correct me. I'm a professional.
Now, when you wrote jokes for Fallon, do you still write over there?
No, I quit like 6 months ago.
So now, when you wrote jokes for Fallon, were any of them jokes did they have problems with them? I mean, was he ever?
Constantly. It was a fun job, but, you know, we're writing jokes for Jimmy Fallon to do, you know, and our sensibilities don't really match up. And I would be like, this is hilarious, and they'd be like, not for Jimmy. You know, someone died. Like, it would get to the point where it would be like, you know, someone got hit by, like a deer ran into a guy on the street, and I would write a joke about it, and be like, but you know the guy died, so you can't make a joke. So I would try to be like, no, he's still alive. He's in like a coma, but like his family's cool with it. And then by the end of the day, they'd be like, Anthony, we got to cut that joke. You can't do it.
Was there ever censorship problems?
No, it was mostly just like it's not Jimmy's style. It wasn't so much like we can't say this. And he would even laugh and be like, this is a funny joke, but I can't say something racist, you know, in my monologue. And I'm like, all right, I get it.
What are you closing with now?
Now I'm closing with my suicide joke.
Oh, okay.
A whole story. I told that suicide joke in the what I found out later on was the suicide capital of the country.
Oh, what is that? Where's that?
It was Great Barrington, Massachusetts.
Is that like it used to be Leominster, Massachusetts? I wonder if that's nearby. Great Barrington, Massachusetts.
I'm sure it is.
So you're closing. You're doing your big. Did you know that going in?
I told the story. No, I had no idea. I was like doing great, and then I told this joke, and the audience just flat.
What is the joke?
It's I love Shakespeare. You know, favorite author of all time, and people say it's, you know, impractical to read so much Shakespeare. But if I hadn't read Romeo and Juliet, I would have totally overreacted when my fiance killed herself. And then I tell the story of the crowd just being like, fuck you, and then a guy being like, this is the suicide capital of the country, asshole, and then how I dealt with that situation.
But did you deal with the situation then by saying, so this joke is for you?
Well, I said I had three options. One was to apologize to everybody, you know, say I'm really sorry, you guys, but that's, you know, not my style. The second option was to point out the obvious to everyone, which is you should all move. And then what I did was just say, well, fuck this place. The only good thing I can say about this town is the suicide rate isn't as high as it should be. And then left to that.
Anthony Jeselnik, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, he's got to go. All right, thanks a lot, man. Oh, God. I love jokes like that. Let's keep... He's good, man. The album's called Shakespeare. Your album's called Depression Auction.
Yes.
Big night for albums.
Big night.
I don't know if Kurt's got one. Let's get him out here. This guy I've worked with before. We used to write together on a. Well, he wrote jokes for me on a failed television project called the American version of Nevermind the Buzzcocks. Let me try and think of a great Kurt Metzger joke. The show was all about it was music based. And the joke was something along the line where Dexy's Midnight Runners, whose hit was Come On Irene, they've now done a follow-up song, and it's called Get Irene a Towel. Please welcome Kurt Metzger to the stage. You remember that? Oh. Yeah.
A lot of great jizz jokes on that show.
I remember hanging out with you. The most interesting thing is that you, now be honest, can we be open about this? You were a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah. I was a minister, dude.
You were what?
A minister.
You were a Jehovah's Witness minister? Does that mean
Yeah.
you were the top of the pyramid scheme that made them go out and give people Watchtower books?
No, that's the worst thing. There's not really a prize. You couldn't really get rich from it. That's one of the main faults of that religion.
Which one?
It's like nobody's getting loaded from Jehovah's Witnessing.
Why?
There's something wrong with it, I guess. I don't
So
got a bad model.
Did you go to people's houses?
Yeah, and here's the sad thing, is how much they don't make money, because it used to be they'd have these hardcover books.
Yeah.
And then 1 year all the books were just soft cover, and then they were just tracks. And I guess God doesn't want us to have hardcover books. They didn't want to ask for money, it's God's decision. And he was fuck that hardcover.
But isn't there no dancing and you can't do anything?
Yes, there's no dancing. I grew up in Footloose Town, and then I escaped and got my first Nevermind the Buzzcocks.
But isn't it like that?
No.
Oh.
No, it's just they don't vote. They don't get involved in politics, which I don't even fault them for, and they don't celebrate any holiday because for some reason all fun is from the devil. I don't get how that works, but literally every holiday you have, there's some pagan reason that you can't do it. So that's their whole fucking fetish. And the knocking on doors, that's the biggest pain in the ass because people are not into that, There's no one in... I had no conscience about it. I actually kind of like bothering people at home a lot. They're I'm so embarrassed. I love knocking on that door. It's why are you here? I'm I don't know, but we decided you have to deal with it now. And I enjoy it, but that's not the right reason to get into that. Something with Jesus was the right reason.
But did you go into people's houses?
Yeah, people invite you. That's the thing. I like to see if people who would invite me in their house on site. That's a lot of skill, dude. If my weird rape phase at your house, can I come in and have some water and tell you about God? And people would do that.
Dude, I've known you for 7 years and I want you in my fucking house.
He doesn't like it.
So when did you have your riff with the church?
I started getting pussy in college. It wasn't even an intellectual thing. I was just getting pussy, and I was oh, I guess this is way better than God. I remember thinking I made a decision, but it wasn't that. I just was fucking this girl, and I was well, fuck that shit.
How can they tell me this is bad?
Going to church fucking sucks, dude. And I had one of these moms that really made it not fun to, when I was a kid, because they're real big on not being violent. So when I was a kid, my mom took all the guns off my Star Wars men to make me less violent. So just fucking, those action figures, that is the action, the gun part. Dude, now I have dolls that I play with. This is or I remember we was in church. His brother Tucker is this southern. He was almost a southern evangelical style guy the way he spoke. But he was doing some sermon. He goes, "Do you know there's a video game out right now where you can pull out a human heart?" He was talking about Mortal Kombat, dude. And I was "Oh shit! I wish I was playing that right now instead. You can pull a guy's fucking heart out." You know how awesome that is?
She took the guns off the soldier guys?
All the guns. And then, like, there were little snitch Jehovah's Witness kids that would, like, offer up their guns from their... You know what I mean? Dude, I destroyed all my guns of my guy. Like, pathetic, dude. Just like, it taught me to be a liar and a suck-up, that whole faith, basically. That's what I learned from that.
And then you, like... But then now you become this, like... don't you... Who is it? Weren't you the guy that I was talking to about, like, that cynic? Who's the guy, the head of the American Cynic Society? Don't you get their newsletter and shit?
Oh, Skeptic.
Skeptic, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. You know, it wasn't just pussy. I started reading a bunch of skeptical shit too. There was that.
Now, do you have any patience at all for people who believe in anything?
Yeah, but I don't. Not for like, you know, there's like a certain group that you can't fuck with their favorite book because, you know, it's like a special needs child. They don't take his blanket away. And you can't say who they are because I don't want to get killed with a fucking curvy sword, but let me tell you something. If somebody over there burned something really important to me, like, I don't know, Dianetics or something holy, I wouldn't give a shit.
Fucking, do you know any Scientologists?
No, dude, but I think, like, that's the only other thing that could fuck you up that bad, of, like, burning books.
Yeah.
Is Quran and and Dianetics.
Yeah.
Scientologists will come after you, dude.
They will? Legally.
Even when I'm writing on shows, if we just have jokes we want to write, everybody will get weird. Like, let's not do the Scientology.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's...
Just at Comedy Central, this show is.
Really?
Do you think they had that thing with Tom Cruise, like... You know, like Tom Cruise owns half of something that owns something, like...
Oh, that's really what it's at?
Yeah.
That, like, they're part of the infrastructure of show business?
Well, it's a pain in the ass to go through that for whatever my lame-ass Scientology joke was going to be.
They're fucking all over Los Angeles. They're all over... Well, you know what upsets me the most about people with faith is they have all this weird, unfounded confidence. Like, have you ever met a Scientologist? They're like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "Why the fuck are you so happy?"
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing to fuck your brain into being happy all the time?
Yeah, well, it's not like Scientology has led to some kind of science, you know, which makes you good at acting. Like that. That's the big contribution. You'll be really good for how shitty you are at acting. Like,
but really, how good are those actors? Like, I mean, like
a lot better than they would be without Scientology. You know, that helps.
Like, if you think about Tom Cruise as an actor, it seems that his only gift is to focus intensely on things. Like he's only good if he's hanging from something, or or he's got some, like a wheelchair.
Yeah.
He's very good at intense focus and charisma.
It's the same focus that would help you be like really into Kim Jong-il in North Korea, like that. You know what I mean? Like that same just intensity of like this is.
You mean the threat of death if you don't like somebody?
But there's that like weird you've been broken at the end of 1984 love.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah. Comedy is doing that to me. So what do you got a record coming out?
Yeah, I don't have a title for it. I was gonna call it merch, but I don't know. That was gonna be my title.
That's a great title.
That is a great title.
All right.
It's
called merch.
When's it coming out?
I don't know. They're editing it now.
Oh, yeah. Who's doing it? Who's putting it out?
Comedy Central.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. That's good for you. Well, that's Kurt Metzger, ladies and gentlemen. You good? This next guy is, you hear him a lot. You hear him a lot in O&A. He was in Tourgasm. He's very funny. He makes me incredibly uncomfortable in a very genuine and caring way. Please welcome Robert Kelly to the stage.
Hi.
Hi, Bobby.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fucking fantastic. This is not what I thought it was this is a show.
What do you think it was? Were you just going to do it at a comedy club? No one's going to be there, you
I
dummy?
thought it was, the podcast, like just us in your apartment with a fucking little recorder and we have to lean in. And this is like fucking people and shit that
Wait, Bobby,
like you.
Did you realize your vigilante sidekick Joe Derosa would be here in a similar jacket?
I'm actually glad you actually spoke. He's been sitting there like a fucking lump.
What?
You can talk, Joe.
Yeah, I know. I'm letting the guy shine a little bit. You know what I mean?
This actually,
He's going to let you shine.
This actually looks like the evolution of Marc Maron. This. started on a bald dick joke, moved on to writing, and then got glasses, and then fixed his fucking hair. This is great.
Did you see the book?
Letting go of... Yeah, right. We'd all be fucking failures if we let go of that. That's my biggest fear, is that I get too healthy, that I just will be fucking normal and not funny.
Yeah. I can tell you right now, honestly, that's never going to fucking happen. You're too
This
far.
is the sad part. I'm the most fucking normal guy on this panel right now. I just don't look it.
Wait a minute.
most normal guy, dude.
Whoa.
Alright.
Whoa.
I specifically remember telling you that I felt weird because I got a blowjob with a pinky up the ass, and I like it a lot. And you go, dude, I got on all fours, and I said, eat my pussy to my wife.
Not to my wife.
Oh.
I'll never do that to my wife. I love my wife.
Really?
No, some chick from Bananas Comedy Club in Jersey.
But you said, eat my pussy to
I would never say that to my wife. That's
You say-
disrespectful.
Wait. Isn't the real issue you saying eat my pussy?
No, it's to my wife. What are you going to call it? I'm on all fours and she's going, la, la, la. It's a pussy at that point.
You know what? You are the most normal. That's a fact.
But you're also the guy that told me the story about the girl who gagged eating your ass.
Yeah, that happened. Well, you can't always run to the bathroom. You know, give me 5 minutes and clean up everything, especially when you're over Jim Norton's apartment.
I think who you need to worry about is the girl that doesn't gag when she's eating an asshole. If she's taking it down like a Boston cream donut, you're like, okay.
This is the funny part. You actually heard. There was something. It wasn't just the taste.
There's some part of me that wants to.
There was some type of kidney bean skin or there was something that she had to go.
Is it wrong that the first response I'm having is I want to apologize to everybody?
You never had your ass eaten out. Look at me. Don't look at them. Look
I hate
at me.
when you do this. I hate when you do this.
Have you ever had your ass eaten? Have you ever had your knees pulled up further than they should be? Yes! Good man. You're not a real man unless you get your ass eaten out in my book.
Does that make you a real man?
That makes you a real... Yes! Yeah, what are you afraid? I'm gay? No, you're a fucking man. Eat that ass.
No. I'm glad you bring that up because it did happen right after my bar mitzvah. So, you know... Like at the bar mitzvah party, I didn't realize it was part of the ritual, but the rabbi said, shut up. And
Jesus.
You didn't think I had it in me, did you?
No, I did.
Mark, he didn't say shut up. He said shut.
No, that was the rabbi. And I thought he was speaking Hebrew.
I just got that. I did. I get it. Adonalem Paterico.
So where do we go from that?
Fucking, I don't know. To balls?
No, you seem like a guy that probably shaves everything. Is that
I just got my wife's an esthetician. You know what that is?
an anesthetician?
No, not an esthetician.
What is it?
Ladies know. Yeah, not nails. That's a Chinese lady.
Isn't it Korean?
No,
Korean.
Korean. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
They're different.
No, it's not.
All right.
It's a different kind of Chinese.
They pop zits and they wax vaginas.
Okay.
My wife's waxed some famous Britney Spears.
Really?
Yeah, waxed
Some
her.
famous dirty vaginas?
Yeah, some famous fucking Gucci's.
Yeah.
And she actually waxed my ass like 3 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a very. I can't believe that women, you guys actually take care of your vaginas so well.
Wait, why did she wax it? You said she doesn't eat your ass out.
Well, she doesn't eat my ass. She waxed, but she put me on the bed just to wash my cheeks. I have like little.
How long that take?
I took the cheeks were fucking 2 seconds and hurt, but she wanted to get in, inside.
Yeah.
Because she didn't like it. Which doesn't make sense because it's not like I'm opening my ass, waking her up every day, like get up, and she just throws
Well, I think that everything you've said up to this point would make us probably believe that would happen.
No, it's my wife. I told you that. I don't do that.
So you have this weird Madonna whore thing where what do you do with your wife? You just sit and look at each other?
It's so weird that we're trying to have a kid now.
Oh no!
And we're having, you're supposed to have, you have sex. But I'm so trying to keep my eyes open and look at her and really take her in while I'm coming in her, because I don't want her to get pregnant and me thinking of some fucking
beautiful, Bobby.
Guatemalan prostitute, and then I have to look at my kid every day and just think of his real mother.
Jesus Christ.
It's hard. It's fucking fuck both of you.
You really have like a movie gangster towny blue collar mentality like I've never seen.
Well,
I can't ask my wife to suck my dick. She kissed my kids with that mouth.
I love my wife. I'm happily married. I'm the only one on this panel with a healthy relationship.
What's the matter with my
Whoa. Let's back up. This is a healthy relationship.
Yes.
You have to force yourself to pay attention to fucking so you're not thinking about a hooker.
Because I'm actually trying to do it and I'm outing it and I'm talking about it. Yes, that's fucking healthy. Unlike you cowards who just do it. Who just shut your face and fuck a Guatemalan chick and then raise your kid.
Wait a minute. Wait, you're talking about fucking an imaginary Guatemalan chick.
Yes, when you go through that Rolodex in your head, fucking this chick, that chick, and the chick away my.
But I don't do that when I'm fucking somebody that I'm fucking.
Think about who I'm
Wait a
with.
minute, when you're fucking
Bobby.
somebody that you're what?
I'm joking.
Sorry, I didn't hear. I was trying to let you say it.
Yeah.
When you're fucking the girl you're with,
Yeah.
Now, I'm not talking at the beginning because that's easy. I'm talking about year after I've been with my wife for 14 years. You would think about not totally like 3 years. I've for like 3 years we've been.
What do you mean?
You get it?
Yeah.
We've known each other on and off 14, but you don't think of anybody else. You can just look at that person and that's it. That does it for you.
Yeah, you just pick up the pace. You go a little faster. Yeah, I don't.
It just stays hard, and you're into that.
If you pick up the pace.
Or if you got porn on, dude. That's when you start fucking a porn, right?
What do you mean?
Like that many years in, that's when you start fucking a porn.
Well, that's the fucked up thing is that we're taught, porn. I watch so much porn. I had to stop. My therapist told me to not use a computer, like to use a typewriter to write jokes or whatever I'm gonna write. Because I literally, and then I'm tubate and I'm fucking, I got pre-cum, my dick is just shiny like it's in wax.
Yeah.
3 hours later to find that exact, not that one. Fuck, not that one.
Oh, man.
My dogs are just looking at me like, ugh. I can hear them just
And
just came out.
Your therapist must just love you.
Well, my therapist is a fucking ass.
You know what Dr. Steve said, though? He said that if you jerk off a lot, your primary sexual partner is yourself. And that in order to be intimate with somebody else, you have to stop doing that so you can acknowledge somebody else is there, which I think you're doing, and I'm proud of you.
Dr. Steve's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, he sounds like a jerk off, dude. Really.
This is what it is. Is that
you can't jerk off and have a relationship?
You know what happens is that you get this.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because you're a smart man. These guys are animals.
You actually get descent. What happens is that you're home a lot, and she walks.
Don't
around
rationalize
naked.
it.
She walks around naked. She's in the shower naked.
Yeah.
We see each other. You get desensitized
to her,
seeing her. So I actually told my wife to stop. I don't want you coming in the bathroom. I don't want to take showers. Let's just fucking save it because I see you naked. You see me naked all the time. You get desensitized to
You
that.
don't get desensitized from watching bukkake movies for 6 hours a fucking day?
There's a million of them. They're all different. There's thousands. If you're one bukkake movie,
subtle difference.
yes, I would. There's a million of them.
No, but what the argument is that your wife is what desensitizing you? Huh?
God damn it, I was trying to get to that. You beat me to
What?
it. Fuck.
No one heard anything.
The cocky movie is a snowflake, really. I mean, they're all
beautiful, unique snowflake.
Thank you. Everyone.
When I
is
check for
different.
placement, dude, I'm like, I don't like the placement of that shot, and I'll fast forward to the perfect, one across the bridge. Yeah. One across the bow.
If they
One across the bridge.
It grosses me out like a lake.
Well, a little bit of surprise.
Yeah.
I agreed to this, but I didn't expect this much. Like that.
Yeah, a little pause right at the end.
That is the problem when you're trying to have a healthy relationship. If you jerk off too much in the middle of having sex with the person you're supposed to be enjoying it with, I turn into like my dad when I would help him build the shed. And it's like, oh, for Christ's sakes, I'll just do it my fucking self right now. Like, you know how to do it better. You have to stop yanking at your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or because it fucks you up because you know exactly how to make it work. You know exactly how to make yourself come. And then you're doing all the shit you're saying where you're going right to the specific. That's what creeps me about the specific part in the video where you go, oh, look how you can see a little cellulite when she puts her leg up right there. That's right when I want to...
You know what's weird is I feel like the entire audience just detached and they're just watching 4 sick fucks. Like literally, they just like, this seems to be between them and it's gotten beyond our understanding. So when you're talking...
Are you really going to segue? Try to segue.
You're talking about having children. That's wonderful.
I really do. I want to have a kid. I want to have a child. I want to have a child. But the funny part is that, we grew up in the generation of not, wear a rubber or pull out. You don't get a girl pregnant. You don't want to get AIDS. And now it's like I have this opportunity to come inside of somebody, the green light, fill it up. And I don't know really what, it's uncomfortable.
It's freaky, right?
It's like,
yeah, you're like, oh God, I shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's disrespectful. Clean that with your pussy, no more half wet dry towel for you, bitch. It's like I just leave. And
man, you're gonna be such a great father.
I am. I'm gonna be fantastic.
Let's bring a towel out here. Bobby Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you going? So move down. Yeah. I think this next guy really needs no introduction, but he changed the game, and I would go as far as to say he was a tremendous influence on everything you've seen tonight. Please welcome Dave Attell to the stage.
Mark and panel, I just want to say right now, I'm about to sit down for cancer. Hey, Mark, this is kind of like Comic-Con without the cool sci-fi movies. This is like a glum festival. I've never seen... And poor fucking Joe, you're like one guest away from working at a Whole Foods somewhere. I mean, honestly. Is this The Apprentice? Like, once you bring out the last... But do you know any people who are black or just someone with a pussy? I mean, is it all white people? Is that it? Only white people on a podcast. The brothers get the message out with ringtones and rap.
There was a black guy here, but I think he left.
No, he's working in the kitchen. So, by the way, congratulations from your new look. I hear you're going to be on the HBO Boardwalk Empire. I play a hot dog salesman in the 1920s. Get your red hot. Here comes Capone. Hey, did someone bring up Shoe Mania already?
Yeah, Joe.
Oh, fuck. What am I going to do? Thank you, please. Give the wait staff a hand, everyone. Come on. They'll be emotionally mind-fucked by the panel after the show.
What about Shoemania?
No, I thought that was an excellent grab, by the way, the shoe thing right up front. But we went right from shoe to like Anthony's CD to Kerr was talking about the Koran, which I thought was a joke bag, and nobody went for it. Everybody was afraid. And then we went. He had to bring it back up with the ass eating out of Guatemala, whatever, which is I guess an ode to the Chilean miners who are trapped. How about a shout out to Jose and to my Chilean bros trapped 2 miles down.
What the fuck are they gonna do down there for months?
What would they eat each other's asses? What do you think they're gonna do? They're sucking each other off.
What do you think? That's such a great question. Are we allowed to ask questions, or it only has to be tweeted and podcasted in? Is that how does a podcast work? By the way?
You can ask. It's being recorded, and then people.
Is this played on some half-a-fag's BlackBerry as he gets on a plane somewhere before the 30 Rock Marathon comes on? Holy shit! I hope someone who knows Larry David kind of sees this and talks about it to someone who knows fucking Favreau or something. Mark.
What?
Let's talk about that Chilean miner thing.
Okay.
Now, let's bring your black fan in to help us out on this, since there's 22 guys trapped down there, which is perfect, just enough for a soccer team. They can play each other soccer. That's the first month. It's going to take 3 months to get them out.
They're going to be really trained. They're going to be ready to go.
What would you do? You're trapped in a coal mine. We all know you're trapped in a world of shame and guilt and hate. What would you do? Let's go through the panel here. I hate to take over.
Honestly, if I was trapped, what would you do, Joe, if you were trapped in a coal mine?
Well, I'm sorry, say again?
You didn't hear the question?
I couldn't hear Joe either because there's a whore talking. Shut your fucking cunt, you stupid bitch. White men are talking. Black guy, get over there and hit her with your big fucking black cock. Somebody take control. What were you saying, Joe? Something about shoemania? Go ahead, please.
That's my wife, Dave. That's my wife.
I apologize.
Don't talk to her like that.
Discipline your chick. Knock her fucking teeth out so she can eat your ass properly.
Hey.
Continue.
Yay!
Let a white fucking man talk, all right?
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what happens after that. Years ago, Dave.
Yeah. I like how you're like the way back guy. Back then, you're like Joe Franklin without the vaudeville. In 1978, and Olivia Newton-John rollerbladed into my office. But that's not going to happen now. Oh, by the way, for everyone listening at home, Aziz isn't coming. I'm sorry, so you can turn off the podcast right now. Shuffle down to your next.
You're not bitter, are you?
I'm not bitter at all. I'm having the best time of my life. I love these guys. They're all fucking great comics.
Yeah.
You got a great audience. I mean, honestly, I got to say the word cunt.
Yeah.
And this is like, a podcast is like what? Almost radio, which is kind of sort of like TV. So this is great. Thanks for having me on your kind of sort of like TV show, Mark.
I usually do them in the garage.
Now, yeah, exactly. How did you get the idea for the podcast? Now, we all know it was not our manager. We used to have the same manager.
Yeah, no. He didn't even know what a podcast was.
They had no idea. Yeah,
no, they didn't know what I was doing. Neither does my father, though. This is what I wanted to bring up. You said one of the most amazing things to me and I'll never forget it, because we back when we started. Do you remember?
Jesus Christ! Did the most annoying fan bite you? Is that what it is? 5 years ago, you said something to me, and then you looked at something. What was that about? All right, I don't know. Alcohol. I'm a fucking drunk, dude.
Do you need a beer?
No, I'm good.
All right. Yeah, did you stop drinking?
Yeah, I did.
How was that going?
Oh, it's great. Back in the day, you, me, Gary Busey. Oh boy, we used to hit it. On the set of Airwolf, I swear to God, it was people look at you, how cool your fans are. This guy bought is that a book that you want him to read to you or something? Well, what is that? What is that, dude? I know it's not for me. It's not the Quran, is it?
Holy fuck, I don't even know what it is by looking at it. What is it?
Oh, it's like a graphic novel.
Oh yeah, all the DMZ stuff. Thanks, man. This looks pretty complicated. Do you read comics?
I do, but Mark, I feel you have all these cool fans. You got to answer all their emails and they have questions and shit. That's really that's a lot of work for you. That really cuts into your self-hate time. It really must you must have to set a timer 2 more emails, 1 more tweet, and then back to hating myself. I mean, honestly, the office is closed. The buffet of sadness begins. Now, I know you're political, but not political enough to get your own cable show.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you why. Don't you think Mark should have his own cable show? Right? This would be the best right here. Because Bobby and I, we're I'm like a libertarian,
Are you? What do you mean you're a libertarian?
I want to fuck a chick in the ass as she's getting an abortion. That's what I want. And then we pull the switch on a death penalty guy. That's what I want to do. As we're both doing blow off a 14-year-old boy's ass. I want everything legal. And you're what are you again? Some kind of green something?
No, I would just like to have everybody have what they need.
What do you guys think about this mosque thing? Can we talk about it?
Sure. What do you honestly think about it?
Okay, this is what I think. First of all, let's put it in perspective.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Right.
All right. We had some laughs, didn't we, Joe? Right?
Yeah.
We did. We had some laughs.
Yeah, we did.
We had a couple of chuckles.
Yeah,
Let's get back to
Absolutely.
podcast business here.
Okay.
Okay, really. Important issues that are never
Mosque
solved.
or no mosque? Yeah.
Let's pretend you're a boss. I'm Netanyahu, and nothing's going to get done here.
Okay.
Let's pretend.
All right.
Let's play Middle East peace.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Who are you guys? I don't know. The guys who came on before me.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. Sorry.
Very true.
All right, so mosque or no mosque?
Okay, there's a little place called the Alamo, all right? Mm-hmm. And right next door is a Taco Bell, and it's a little inappropriate, if you ask me. Till about 4 in the morning when you're wasted, then you're like, where the fuck is that Taco Bell? I want some tacos, all right? Now, what should we build at that site? I'm thinking a building with a gigantic finger that points at the mosque for why it happened, but, no, kids come in, they go push this button to see why it happened, and then you just see this cry, 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 airborne all the way. Now, I know, Mark, I remember when the thing first happened, I saw you walking the streets with your hands up wearing a turban. Now, I know you immediately wanted to surrender to our hated enemies, so... I remember when it happened, you immediately put on a turban and started beating a woman for reading a book. And I think it was this kid's graphic novel. No, there's a lot of great comics out there, and if, like I said it before, and I wasn't lying, you, of course, were one of my favorites. Do you still do comedy, or is this your this last? I mean, honestly, no. I mean, do you do stand up, or is this like what you do, like some kind of Last Supper?
I just remember that every time. Every time you did any joke that remotely had any political tinge to it, I get these weird phone calls. You'd be like, Mark, it's a towel.
Yeah.
Do you do anything about wiping your ass with the Bible?
To give Mark credit, he does have some of the best religious stuff, and all that stuff he says about his family and stuff is so true. Especially, you and your dad thing. Like, there's a show coming out with William Shatner called "Shit My Dad Said."
Yeah.
I think you should do one. "Shit My Dad Never Said." I love you, you're gonna make it, you're alright. That would be your show. Because his fucking father, this fucking douchebag.
That's what you said to me years ago. I got a car from my dad, and you said, "Where'd you get that car?" And it was a '93 Honda. I said, "It used to be my dad's, and there's only 150,000 miles on it." And you said, "Wow, that's a lot of running away."
Yeah, he ran away. His dad's a fucking runner.
That was fucking beautiful. David Tell, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it? Wow. Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Is the next round the ladies? Do they come out and try and take us down? Is that what it is?
We can have a lady come out here if we want.
Yeah, really. Why don't you get Amy Schumer's back there? Have her come out and, All
right, Amy Schumer, come on out.
Amy.
Are you there? This is probably your biggest nightmare. Like, after a towel just levels the place.
Yeah.
Hey! Here, sit over here. Surprise guest, Amy Schumer. I'm sorry, did I surprise you?
A little bit. I'm half in the bag, to be honest with you. But I've been laughing my ass off in the bag. So.
Well, now, okay, so this is about the filthiest panel of men that have ever...
I'm not going to be a good representative. I'm pretty filthy myself, to be honest.
Amy. Where do you stand on ass eating?
I've done it. I've had it done. I never sign up for it, But, I mean, it's like anything else. When it happens, it happens. It's like rain, My views on porn, but my views, like, my fantasy life is very different than what I actually want. Like, I like to watch, like, this is my fantasy. Like, I like to watch a lot of guys with one girl. Not usually angry comics. Like, usually they're black and happy, but in actuality, I would never want that to happen. Like, it's hard enough to tell one dude you don't feel like it anymore.
Yeah.
Imagine having to, like, look around and be like, hey, somebody feels bloated. Group cuddle.
Tell him the best porno.
This is like at the salad.
Tell him the what?
The best porn.
Okay,
Kurt had just discovered it, and I was so excited. Like any other, It's a casting session. This is my favorite. It's a casting. And it's like, she doesn't know. Like, I'm not a real casting director. And these girls show up.
Oh, I've seen those, yeah.
You've seen them, right? I'm obsessed. Because no matter what, like, you just flash forward to, like, it's like, oh, I don't know. I really shouldn't. My boyfriend's here. And then it's just a girl bending over, opening her ass.
Just a show,
Dude.
Yeah.
They really didn't know, dude.
What?
It looks like they really didn't know. Like, I mean,
But it's like, is it real? I'm like, I think it's real.
So you believe it? You're like, you don't really think they know?
Well, I don't know if they do it.
My question is
doing a great job
is
acting.
everybody fucking doing porn? I mean, I cannot believe the amount of porn there is out there. I met some people that listen to the podcast. They were in Bloomington, Indiana, and they're a couple that does porn, and they're like, let us come to your show and show you what we do. And I really didn't know what the fuck my place in that was. It made me uncomfortable. I was sort of like, maybe this is something I should do. But then I'm like, I don't know if I need that kind of exposure to be the sad guy wondering how I fit into a fucking threesome.
Yeah, that's your fucking... You could fund down an orgy. That's your fucking problem. It could be like two fucking super hot 18-year-old twins. They just turned 18 that second. Yeah. Hey, we want you to fuck every hole in our body. You'd be like, yeah, but global warming. And, you're so fucking... you fucking suck. And there's so many people on this panel. Me and Bobby are now like a Russian fucking bear team.
Yeah,
like
look at you guys.
Have you ever recorded yourself having sex?
Not myself, but yeah.
Someone has recorded it?
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Hey! Why haven't you called me back? Because I looked flabby? I did it when I was too young to do it.
Like what, 12?
No. But I think I saw that you just got a
No,
semi when you said
no.
that. No. I was like, I was probably like 19 years old, and, I bought lingerie, and you really have to be in pretty good shape to look dope in that shit.
Yeah.
Like the really lacy black stuff. And it was just awkward, and we looked like so stupid.
But don't you watch it when you tape yourself? I did it once in college, and you watch it, and you're like, holy shit, this looks just like fucking bad porn.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah, but I didn't even like watching it at that point, so it was a whole different experience. I'm excited to do it again.
What day?
I have a question. I have a question, I guess, for Amy and I guess all the women here. Like, what age do you start calling it lingerie? Like,
as opposed to,
like if you've got a 12-year-old, like let's say you have a daughter, and you're like, let's go buy some lingerie for you. Like, isn't that? It's kind of creepy.
No, that's fine.
Very creepy.
That's fine. Totally creepy.
Like I just made duty in my lingerie. I mean, like that's not.
That's a website Joe goes on.
That's what my dad called diapers. Does somebody
Duty
need
in
their
my
lingerie
lingerie.
changed?
I actually recorded myself masturbating.
What's that?
You're the guy that does that?
I just
Tell
never
us
saw
less.
what I look like.
How did you do it?
I
You
give
did
the
mirror.
camera. I'm not gonna fucking mirror. I wanted to watch it over and over again.
So you
Wait, mirror. You're always there.
Okay, you've never jerked off in an airplane bathroom and just made eye contact. Bullshit, Metzger.
I
In
jerked
an airplane bathroom? No.
I've jerked off in an airplane bathroom.
I've shit in one, but never.
I did a Greyhound.
I jerked off on the Staten Island.
I'm the outraged fan.
I jerked off on I jerked off on the Staten Island ferry once.
People use that to commute.
I got a
form of transportation.
I got a blowjob at Kinko's once. Swear to God.
Where?
At Kinko's.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's where I'm doing my screenplay. No.
Is that a service they provide now late at night? How does that work?
I was with a girl, and she wanted to blow me, and we couldn't find anywhere. We went in the elevator at the 24-hour Kinko's because it was 3 a.m. and she
Doesn't
blew
count.
me.
She's retarded and she
And-
works there, Derosa.
That is so fucking great. Say it, Joe.
Yeah, no, the
People.
fucking terror
They don't
that
know.
you feel. Like, it was so scary. This elevator door could open at any minute, and I get caught. But then you're like, well, what's going to happen? The fucking geek at Kinko? Like, I'll fight my way out of this
With
place
your
right
dick.
now if I have to.
Let's talk about the Quran.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay, here we go. The Quran. The guy who was going to burn the guy who was going to burn those books, the Quran, in Florida. I don't know what's his name. A hero. Now this guy. You know, Mark.
Yes, Dave.
I've never seen so many great setups wasted. The Kinko's bit over there. There was like a million things we could have talked about Kinko's.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, people who work at Kinko's are the people who are too excited because they are working at Staples. All right? Am I right? I mean, honestly. You could actually... You could beat a homeless baby seal to death at a Kinko's and no one would do shit, just as long as you clean up your mess afterwards, no eye contact.
That's why Joe was doing that
Look
there.
at the Reese's Pieces no one ever buys there, or whatever. All right, anyway, what did I say? The Koran. We were promised a stunt, and this fucker did not do it because it would have started an apocalypse. Now, I want my fucking something, all right? Yes. I want a midget rabbi to jump a pile of Korans, or I want dog fighting on the Korans or something. I want something.
They're going to do that in Jackass 3D.
There you go, something like that. I want Borat. I want a Man versus Food to eat the Korans. I want a Koran stunt.
Well, I hope that happens. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Attell, Robert Kelly, Kirk Metzger, Joe Derosa, special guest Amy Schumer. Thank you. You've been great. Thank you for coming for Live WTF. There's shit for sale out front. Go to WTFpod.com for everything you might need. Letting go of anger. Great audience. Great panel. Good night.